Oh, hey, Barry.
Hey.
Barry.
Barry, you literally saw me 3 seconds
Any
ago.
good news?
Other than I'm still alive in this madhouse? No.
You didn't shoot me, that's good.
Can't say it's much safer here either. We'd better secure our escape route first. There's gotta be a back door somewhere.
All right then, let's split up again.
Hey, hold on a sec. Look what I've found.
What?
A can of fizz. It's sure to yellow and mellow those things.
Barry, what does mellow yellow soda have to do with
It's yours.
anything?
Hopefully you won't have to use it.
I don't want mellow yellow soda.
Oh, acid shells.
Oh.
They put mellow yellow inside the grenade launcher shells.
What about you?
Oh, don't worry. I like the buddy system we have here.
I see. Thanks, I'll take it.
See you later.
Ciao.
See, guys, this is why you don't get interested in guns, because even Jill, when Barry starts talking about his Colt Anaconda revolver, Jill is just like, yeah, I'm not interested.
Oh, you want to marry that gun? You love it so much?
Oh, you love guns, huh? Name every gun.
Here you go, Jill. Grenades for a grenade launcher you don't have, and there's no expectation either of us will ever find.
I mean, if you're thoroughly exploring, you'll find it.
Here, Jill, you carry these. I've only got a limited amount of carrying space, so I can't hold these anymore.
Just go up. Why didn't I just go upstairs? What's wrong with me?
Why didn't you just go
Why
upstairs?
didn't I just go upstairs?
on.
For some reason, I'm just like, my brain is just like, no, you have to go through the basement of the hallway, or you have to go through you have to go through the dining room in order to get into the hallway, where the guy that definitely isn't going to turn into a Crimson Head is.
Why didn't you do anything with the clock that was ticking so loudly? There's a puzzle you gotta solve there.
Because I don't have the thing to open it yet.
Oh, I gotta get a pry bar to open
Yep,
up
that's
the clock.
later. You got to get a thing for it.
Alright. You sure you don't have to just spin the hands?
Yep, I am sure.
You gotta like spin it to 283 or something like that?
Nope, I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm equipping this shotgun for an unrelated reason.
Oh, that mirror kind of weirded me out. I thought that was a monster, but no, that was your own reflection. Wait,
were you about to be like, Barry, look out, it's a monster?
Wait, can you see yourself in those mirrors?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay.
Some of them you can.
That guy's still dead.
All right, now we can burn this guy. Oh my God!
Oh, burning that one didn't work. It got angry and bitey and knifed and shotted and achievemented.
As it turns out, Crimson Heads are pervious to knives.
You tried to set that one on fire, but it didn't work.
Nope.
Dang. Yeah, I definitely remember this being the hallway where I met my first Crimson Head. Maybe it's because I tried to set that one on fire and it does that.
Probably.
More plants.
Also, because it's probably the first hallway you go to where you can actually, or where you actually shoot at something.
Possibly. Oh yeah, there you are.
See?
Yay, alright.
Hey, you talking to me? Are you talking to me? There's no one else here. You're the only one here? You talking to me?
What crazy tech.
You talking to me?
Damn. How did they make that happen? That's crazy.
Look out, Jill, there's a second Jill. We're playing Marvel vs. Capcom and it's a mirror match.
Nice. I wonder how they get the technology for those mirrors to work, if there's actually like a second Jill being rendered in there, and maybe you could desync yourself so that the Jill is desynced from the mirror. I don't know.
Mm.
And now you're in this hallway.
Oh, that's a baseball. This is where I want to be.
Oh, okay. Well, there's this door you can't open yet.
It's locked.
Here, Jill, you take this. What is it? Is it like a key to open all these doors that are locked? An engraving of a shield or a helmet? No, it's grenades. Well,
No, it's just a grenade.
grenades are helpful, I suppose. They'll help me take on enemies. No, you need a launcher first. I don't know where those are or whatever.
Yeah, you'll find one eventually or something. No, don't be. Barry's nice. Barry's actually helpful. He's just.
Welcome to Mike's interpretation of Barry. He's just an asshole. Casually. Not maliciously, just casually. He doesn't care. Bum, 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 bum. All right, we can't use these. Thanks for nothing, Barry.
Use that. Put this away. We'll keep the shotgun. We'll put these away for now.
You have to keep a shotgun. You've already got a handgun. It takes up so much room.
No, we'll keep the shotgun.
I'm not gonna bring that fuel can. What if you find some monsters you need to burn?
Then we'll come back and get the. Then we'll come back for it.
If only you could strap that container to your back and always have whatever you needed whenever you needed it. Man, that'd be convenient.
If only we had some strange technology that allowed us to carry several things. Perhaps it could go onto our back and we could pack the things into it.
No, we need a magical satchel of holding. It's locked. Armor emblem.
God damn it!
Denied! That hold on, that picture didn't even fit on the column it was standing on. The interior decorator is gonna get fired for this.
The interior decorator already did get fired.
And then got thrown to the moat full of alligators, which is outside this building that he designed.
Oh, I need the dog whistle.
Oh, okay. Well, back to the thing. We get the thing.
I forgot this is where you get the dog whistle. This is not where Forrest is.
Looks like
Not
your
Forrest.
memories.
Sorry, not Forrest. What is his name? Is it Forrest?
Joshua. Jarrison.
No, Forrest was at the beginning of the game. Who is that one? Joseph Forrest is Joseph Forrest at the beginning of the game?
Rebecca?
Oh, it is Forrest. Wait, who?
Un Forrest!
Are there two people part of Stars that are named Forrest? Only one of Forrest is their last name and the other one Forrest is their first name.
You tell me, you're the Resident Evil expert.
The grenade launcher, the guy that has the grenade launcher is Forrest Spire. Oh, it's Joseph Frost. It's Joseph Frost. I was getting the names messed up.
I see.
The guy that gets eaten by the dogs at the beginning of the game is Joseph Frost.
Ah.
The person that has the grenade launcher is Forrest Spire.
So there's only un Forrest, eh?
Yes, there's only one.
Row.
I'm trying to remember what some of the differences are, because Chris never gets the grenade launcher.
Right.
But Chris also gets a different weapon. I think Chris can still get the riot shotgun. I just don't remember how he gets the riot shotgun.
He gets Barry's magnum after he betrays Barry by shoving him into a pit.
No, that doesn't happen. That happens when you're playing as Jill. Use whistle.
You blew it! The whistle is what you blew. Oh,
Ow, stab it.
oh, you had it though. You shot him once.
I got him twice.
I hear another one. I heard another one. Oh, no, I heard it. Yeah.
Bad dog.
No, I didn't need that arm flesh anyway.
Bad dog, no biscuit. Bad dog.
No.
Bad dog.
Okay, those tendons, those are also unnecessary. Those were a gift from my uncle, actually. All right. No, my throat. I actually do need that throat. Damn, that dog is vicious.
That dog was mean. Okay, all the dogs are dead, and there's free green herbs here.
Oh. There are green herbs growing here, but there's only enough for something. I have treated your wounds.
So I believe that originally... Oops. I believe that originally, like, those things were supposed to carry over from one game into the next game. Or from one character into the next one, because even as far back as the first Resident Evil, and I don't mean the remake, I mean the first Resident Evil, they wanted to do stuff where, like... They wanted to have a thing that they were going to call Zapping, which is you could just immediately switch between one character to the other one.
Okay.
So you could be playing as Jill and then switch and play as Chris.
All right.
They did do that in Resident Evil 2.
A little bit, I suppose.
Well, not the Zapping, but they did, like, there would be two items. There would be a machine gun and, like, an inventory expansion. And you could take both of them, but then that meant when you played as the other character, neither of them would be there.
Damn.
Imitation of a key.
Was that actually implemented for this game, though? I don't think it
No,
was.
I don't think it was, but that's why there's things like...
You think if you used up all those herbs, then Chris wouldn't have any when he played,
then
huh?
Chris wouldn't have any, and I think it would have been like the same thing for the fuel. If you used all the fuel, then there wouldn't be any available when you played as Chris.
Again, just reinforcing my belief that if you play this game poorly, it punishes you, and you have no choice but to keep on wasting resources, and you do worse and worse.
I mean, that's every game, though.
I don't know if that's every game.
That's basically every game. It just punishes you for playing poorly.
No.
Unless you're playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure, and then you just don't get resources.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, if you play the game poorly, then of course you have to use more resources because you didn't plan.
Right, but it actually punishes you by making you have to use more resources for other obstacles later.
I mean, that's just you didn't plan. We're gonna go use this key post haste.
I guess what I'm trying to say is that this game has kind of a high learning curve, where if you don't learn to set zombies on fire, then you have to deal with all the Crimson Heads, and you're just raising the difficulty for yourself. Like, you're basically doing a no burning the bodies challenge run without realizing it.
I mean, to be fair, the game does tell you in a note early on, hey, there's these new zombies called Crimson Heads. Burn the bodies.
Yeah?
And then at that point, there shouldn't be any Crimson Heads yet, because, well, except for the one that's right here.
Yeah. But you could maybe, just take too long to do it, or you could just use up all your ammo, things like that. I'm not here to split hairs. We both agree that this game has some flaws, and you can still like it for what it is. I just haven't felt the need to return to it because I find it more frustrating than I would like. There's the magic key we're taking. Wait, you already had a different key that you needed to unlock stuff with.
That is a approximation of a key. It is not actually a key.
The dog had a secret knot key, the facsimile key in a collar.
Yeah, remember? Dick Good had written a note that said that they needed to hide the item, which was that thing.
Apparently, the item that was being held was a fake key that doesn't open anything.
Yep.
And now we can go down this hallway, which is opened by the key. It's locked.
Oh, wait, no, we need the helmet emblem for that one.
Never
Whoops.
Mind. Fallout 4 and Resident Evil 1. 2 games that would both benefit from a key ring.
We can unlock this door.
Everything's... Yes.
Oh, no, we can't. It's locked from the other side.
All right.
Never mind, I was wrong.
A lot of running around, going through doors, finding new rooms to go through the doors in that room.
I mean, that's how these survival horror games are played. You find a key, or you go into an area and you do a thing so that you can get a key so that you can access more areas, and then now in the new areas you use a key to access more areas. That's just the survival horror formula.
And it's not for everyone.
I really don't like that the word survival is in the title of survival horror, or in the genre of survival horror.
Is that not what you're trying to do? Or do you think it's been co-opted by the survival?
I think because you're trying to survive, and basically that's the goal of like every video game is survive, but yeah.
I mean, that's not the goal of a lot of video games. A lot of video games is kind of like exist and play around and do stuff, and yeah, there's the risk of death, but it's not the big focus. In this game, death is kind of a big focus, and surviving is the challenge.
Why do you always gotta be like, no, you're wrong?
You know, like a little pushback here and there. I think being able to describe this game as a survival game is perfectly acceptable.
I don't, because you're not doing any surviving. You're not like trying to scavenge items and make sure that you're whatever.
Well, that definition of survival game came a lot later.
No, I don't care about the wooden counter made of oak. I want to pick up the...
There's something blinking over there, and it ain't the fine wine. Grab it! Oh, it's ink ribbons.
There you go.
Yeah, the Resident Evil series has a lot of different... Oh, pushing the bookcase that you couldn't even see because the camera was being weird.
I could tell that you needed to push it because it was a different color.
Ah, yes.
It was like when you watch an old Looney Tunes cartoon and you see the thing in the background that very clearly... Well, actually, they didn't do it as much in the Looney Tunes cartoons. It was really more of like on...
Scooby-Doo and
like
stuff.
Like on Scooby-Doo, where you see like the wall is very clearly different.
Yeah, it's all painted in the background, but there's one tile or one spot on the wall that's very cheaply animated. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Examine.
Moonlight Sonata. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. A section of the music is missing.
Was that what you think Moonlight Sonata sounds like?
No, I'm doing. It's kind of a mix of that and also like the link. Ba-da-da-da.
Ah. The reason I get annoyed with the survival horror... Wait, hang on. Do I want to continue going this way? I do not, because there's not really anything else for me to get right here. So we will just go back this way. The reason I get annoyed with the title survival horror, or the name of the genre is survival horror, is because I say that I like playing survival horror games, and then everyone's like, yeah, but do you like playing bullshit survival crafting game that fucking sucks, number 2628? And I'm like, no, I fucking hate survival crafting games.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But you like survival horror games.
I think the
And?
I think the survival in both of those names mean different things. Yeah.
To me, it's like when people call Zelda games an RPG. It's like, no, it isn't. It's not an RPG. Yeah, it is. You're playing the role of Link.
I mean, that...
So fucking what?
Yeah. That's not what makes it an RPG, but yeah. A lot of things transcend the definitions we give them. It's fine. Things can take and mix and match from different genres. It's no big deal. Watch out for that broken glass! Not gonna survive if it punctures your boot and gets you all cut up.
No, that's fine. She's got boots with a steel shank on the inside of them.
Oh, I heard some scratchings. Something scratching somewhere. I heard it. I heard it again. I keep hearing it. Oh no! Oh, I thought that was birds. It's not birds, it's zombies.
Man, this is dumb.
Maybe we should just leave and let them have this hallway. The hallway's theirs now. Belongs to them.
Well, I need to come back through here again. Let me look. Hang on. Zombies, give me just a second.
You need to analyze your map here. Do you have to come back through here?
I will have to come back through here if I go through this lower door too many times, because the lower door... we'll leave them.
I mean, if we'll just, yeah.
They'll
we'll
be
just
fine
leave
in
them.
there. They'll be fine in there. They can have their little zombie party. They can do whatever they want. I don't care.
If you have to come back through, then that's when you shoot them. Then they don't turn to Crimson Heads because you're not coming back here a third time.
They can have their little zombie party. They can be in there like... I don't know what the fuck that music was.
That's zombie music, yes. There's a note here. Is that note always there? Dear...
I left you some bullets in the room on the right. Feel free to use them if you manage to get yourself in trouble, Barry.
Barry, where'd you find parchment and pen? Well, thank you.
He always carries it with him.
Always prepared, that Barry.
He's a big fan of Edgar Allan Poe, so he just always has parchment on him.
Oh, and there's first aid. Well, there's a lot of stuff in here, actually.
Yeah, Barry left us. Barry left us a lot of good stuff.
Barry, you left us a lot of crap. And more grenades for a grenade launcher we don't have. That's useless. Thanks, Barry.
It's interesting to me. It makes sense that it would just be... From a game standpoint, it makes sense that it would be Beretta 92 magazines because that's what you have. That's the gun you're using is the Beretta 92.
Yeah.
But it's also weird that this mansion just has a bunch of magazines for the exact gun that you happen to be using.
Yes, very convenient.
It's definitely helpful.
It's like that one mission in Mass Effect 2. Remember the one where you have to go rescue Jacob's father and everything? And you go there and they're like, man, we haven't seen civilization from the outside world in like a decade. We crashed here a decade ago. It's like, why do you have thermal clips lying everywhere? Because that's new technology they came out with a couple years ago. Why are there thermal clips everywhere?
And then they go, shut up though.
I don't know, my mind's been taken over by the herbs. All right.
Ask me no further questions, priest.
Managing the... Oh, I gotta make it all look nice and neat. You know, when I used to play these games, I used to make it all nice and neat, and now these days I just shove a bunch of crap in there. Who cares? Whatever.
Yeah, I just kind of doing whatever. All right. Let's see.
Well, now you've sorted out your inventory. You might want to save, otherwise, you know, you're gonna die, and then you have to sort it all again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring the chemical to use on plants.
That's so vague. They could call it fertilizer. They could call it herbicide. You don't know. You honestly don't know. See, I could understand why they give that herbicide or whatever the thing is, the name, chemical to use on plants if they're trying to do some kind of fake out, like, Jill, put that on top of the plant and it'll kill the plant. It's a herbicide. And then Jill puts the chemical on the plants and it starts to grow. He goes, oh no! Turns out the chemical to use on plants was actually a fertilizer or something. It makes it grow faster.
Oh my god! Like, I do legitimately think it was just a mistranslation.
It could be.
I think the localization team just saw, like, maybe the actual word for what it is this is a chemical that goes onto plants. And they were just like,
yeah, maybe.
Just call it that.
Yeah.
I think the music in this room's fun.
Yeah, it's unusual and off-putting in that sense.
It's definitely better than clowns farting in the basement.
Clowns farting in the basement?
Yeah. Did you ever... So the like, DualShock edition of Resident Evil 1 has a song that has become notorious as the Clowns Farting in the Basement song.
Like, the original version of this game had that?
Yeah, the original version of this game.
I've never heard of it. Clowns, I'll have to look it up and listen to it. Or you'll have to show it to me right now. Clowns farting in the basement.
Yeah, it's widely regarded as the Clowns Farting in the Basement. Alright, you ready?
I'm ready. Give it to me. Okay.
It's something.
Okay. I can kind of see what they were trying to go for because I've heard other similar sounding songs, but no. Nah. Again, I could see what they were going for with that song, but yeah, the instrument, the horns, just kind of makes it silly.
Yeah, accidentally hitting the MIDI button or accidentally hitting the trumpet button on your MIDI player will kind of fucking mess up the entire song. I need to. Okay, we need to go deposit crap. I got too much stuff.
Or you could just use those. Well, I guess you can't because you need no space in your inventory.
What would I use them on?
You're injured.
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're traumatized. Too bad the
Richard, what happened? Oh, Jill, there's a horrible monster. Man, what great voice acting.
It's a shame that this remake didn't have like a button you could swap between back and forth to get the originals.
Oh, that was not even a thing that anybody had considered yet.
Yeah.
Basically, it was like, why would you want to do that?
Yeah.
Insert first aid kit case.
Oh my god, actual first aid. I don't have to rub herbs and first aid sprays on me anymore. I can actually use this thing. Thank
I think
God.
this is one of the first and only times that, like, you find a can of first aid spray and you find it inside a thing.
Yeah.
It's weird.
So the Resident Evil series has so many styles of games. There's this kind of forklift style game, and then there's the more...
Oh!
Never mind, there's Barry. There's a Barry. Hello, Barry.
Hi, Barry.
Jill.
Barry, I didn't mean to get you that excited.
Right. Anyway, you should read this.
It's very engrossing reading. A letter slipped inside. The top part of the letter is torn off. The rest of the letter is legible. Alma, I have tried to survive only to see you again, but my efforts only delayed the inevitable. I am infected, and there is no cure for what will follow, except to end my life before I lose the only thing that separates me from them. My love for you.
Aww.
In an hour, I'll have entered my eternal sleep where there is peace. Please understand. Please know that I am sorry, Martin Crackhorn.
Why'd you make me read this guy's suicide note,
What do you
Barry?
make of it?
Well, I guess we were right about this mansion being quite unnatural.
You have a way with understatements.
What is that fish tank?
Where's the part that's torn off?
That actually, when Barry recorded, when the guy, when Barry's voice actor recorded his lines, he forgot to turn his fish tank off, so they just had to add that in the background. It's not actually supposed to be there.
Brilliant.
And then Jill is reading it, and then Wesker comes in, and Jill goes, ah, and drops in literally the exact same way. Giant bee!
Will you take the giant bees? A collection of bees. There's a switch underneath, press it.
No.
We don't even know what that does. Why would we go around hitting random buttons? That's dangerous. Lures! Will you take the other bee? Will you put the golden bee in the bee's spot?
I think this might be the like, this cutscene is really goofy. Oh.
I don't... Okay, so you have to...
I think I did not mean to press the button, and I'm glad nothing happened. I think this cutscene is really goofy.
I don't remember this cutscene. I don't remember this part. Swapping the insects around is weird. Nothing happens. Maybe it has something to do with the insect specimens. Well, you put the bee up there and the other bee over there. Confusing. Perplexing.
Oh, wait.
Ah, a fish hook. You have to put the golden fish hook on the golden bee and put the golden bee's fish hooked lure on the lure display.
Like, these puzzles are... This is one of the moments... This is one of the moments where... Like, you do something like this...
You're like, that worked? Why? I'm so pissed that worked.
And I think... Why the fuck do I like these games? Why do I like these games? This is stupid. Like, this is actually dumb.
This feels like the definition of esoterrorism.
No, I didn't want to take the bee. Ah!
I took the bee. Collection of insects. I didn't take the bee. Press this button. Button press. Oh.
Oh!
Honeycomb.
Oh, yep, this is it.
Oh, no, the bee came to life, apparently.
This is such a stupid cutscene. Why does it take...
Why is the bee coming to life? Was it faking its death?
Why does it take multiple gunshots to kill the bee?
Just grab the honeycomb, the wind crest, and run. Run for your bee life.
Okay, we cleared this room. Good. Go.
You need to beeline toward
God
the
damn
exit,
it, bee!
Jill.
Fuck off, bee! Why do I like this game?
Why do we...
Why does why did the bee just come to life?
And also, why did hitting the button after putting the lure on the lure open the door? It made no sense.
why did the bee just come to life when I pressed the button enough times? 2, why did the bee take multiple gunshots to die? It's a bee!
Yeah.
Why?
Esoterrorism incarnate.
It's very silly. It's very silly sometimes, but you know, I do still enjoy this game.
Yeah, you can like silly stuff. There's nothing wrong with that.
But it does legitimately make me think, why the fuck do I like this game?
Yeah, if this game was nothing but stuff like that, then you probably wouldn't like it as much. You would like it in spite of things like that, probably.
It's very goofy. There's a scene later, I guess spoiler alert, but there's a scene later where Wesker is like, you come down a hallway and Wesker is just like shooting at stuff. And when you get to the other end of the hallway after Wesker leaves, you see what he was shooting at. And it was just a bunch of bees! He was just shooting at bees!
Not the bees!
Why? Like, why was he doing that?
Yeah.
Why was I just shooting at bees?
Yeah, well, the bees are gonna shoot you. They're gonna sting you if you don't shoot them, so you gotta fight them. Yeah, as I was saying, the Resident Evil series has undergone a lot of changes, and there's a lot of different iterations of the series. You got the original tank controls, where the this style of game where everything's got pre-rendered and forced camera angles and stuff like that. Then you got the Resident Evil 4 modern kind of style of game, and then you got the more survival first-person games of Resident Evil 7 and 8.
I wouldn't call them more. Oh, sorry, 7 and 8. Yeah, never mind.
And then you've got the even more modernized of the more modernized Resident Evils, where it's like Resident Evil 2 and 3 remade in the style of Resident Evil 4, and also Resident Evil 4 remade in the style of Resident Evil 4, but it's all like more modernized. So the Resident Evil series has taken on a lot of different styles, even not even including the spin-offs and stuff like that. What's your favorite style of Resident Evil game?
I like them for different reasons.
Okay, hard to pick your favorite.
Yeah. I like the original Resident Evil 2 and the original Resident Evil 1. I like how those ones are set up. But I also like the 2 remake, and I like Resident Evil 4. So it's just difficult.
Fair enough.
It just depends on which one it is.
Fair enough.
All right.
I like the styles of Resident. My favorite style would be Resident Evil 5, because that is my favorite type of game. It's so much fun, and obviously it is a departure from the survival. You know, so being by yourself is what makes these games kind of scary, but playing it with a friend with Resident Evil 5 was a lot of fun. And I really feel like Resident Evil 1 and 2 and 3, because they had 2 main protagonists each, really would have lended themselves to being remade in that Resident Evil 5 style, but they never did, and they never were going to. And
I think 5 is one of the worst Resident Evils unless you are playing it multiplayer, and then it is one of the better Resident Evils.
Yeah, we've talked about that before, and we had a lot of fun with that, and I would have loved to be able to play other games like Resident Evil 5, including Resident Evil 1 in the same style, but
I hope that they remake Resident Evil 5. I don't think they're going to.
yeah, I don't know if it needs to be all that change, because like there's not a whole lot you need to update with it. It's fine.
Yeah, I hope they remake Resident Evil 5, but they're probably not going to.
They really don't need to.
All right.
It's not even a Resident Evil game that really needs it. There's so many other Resident Evil games in this series that would need a remake more.
Nah, no there are.
Well, personal preference, I suppose.
Name one. Don't say Code Veronica. That one doesn't count.
Resident Evil Survivor? I've never played that one, but I've heard bad things.
Those are just bad. Don't play them. I know I rag on Code Veronica as being like the worst Resident Evil, but no, they're actually bad. Don't play those. Yeah, Resident Evil Survivor, the first-person shooter one, that game sucks.
They need to remake that Resident Evil.
It's fun in kind of like a really shit way, but it's like, it's just bad.
Yeah. At some point, just make a different game. Don't even bother remaking. You have to overhaul so much. Just make a new game.
One of the worst parts, it's great for speedruns, but one of the worst parts about Resident Evil Survive is that it's great for speedruns, and it's great if you are just trying to get through the game. If an enemy is not on screen, the game is just like, oh, they're not there, they can't hurt you.
Okay.
So all you have to do to get through a bunch of areas is just not look at the enemies.
All you do is stare at the ground or stare at the ceiling and just run past them all?
Pretty much. Don't look at them. They're not there. I can't see them. They can't hurt me. The main character literally just ostriches his way through the game. Just goes, nope, they're not real. I can't see them. They can't hurt me. It's very silly.
That does sound silly.
It's very, very silly. I don't recommend it. There's also like the Resident Evil games for like the Game Boy. Don't play those. They suck.
You know what game really needs to be remade because they did a pretty good job first time around, but it could be improved is Raccoon City, that game that came out a couple years ago. It's
Operation.
Operation Raccoon City.
I forget what the name of it is. I know it wasn't very good.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
I've heard
and
bad
also,
things.
It's weird that everyone has like all of this technology and like blue LED lights on their backpacks that totally existed in 1998.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Taking a little bit of a creative liberties there.
Yeah, they took a lot of creative liberties there. They took a lot.
All right, we'll come back and play more of this game next time.